And hello and welcome to AleksTabletops MTG Quick Study episode 23. My name is Alex and let's start our 23rd episode. Let me launch it and go. So we continue to play with mono green with splash of red. I believe it's still splash of red. We'll see against what type of deck we're playing. I actually don't remember. I definitely believe that it has white. It's either a Boris or Selesnya. Actually don't remember. We'll see. So yeah. Quick reminder that MTG Quick Study is a series of one-match episodes that focuses on learning from my own matches by rewatching and trying to analyze them. Since previous video was super short, I kind of forgot to mention that. But usually I'm posting 3 videos at the same time. So if you're not going to hear that in the first video, you will be hearing this at least in one of those, one of the 3. So opponent revealed first color. It's white. So there's a potential for this deck to be focused on tokens. So we already see. Oh, by the way, forgot to launch music. By the way, we're already seeing what we're seeing. I decided to took the hand. It was, by the way, a pretty risky hand. One of the reasons why I decided to took it, because yes, we had 2 kind of big threats for the late game, but because we kind of have some type of a mana ramp, if I'm properly using this, so the mana boost with the Llanowar elves, I decided to actually take it, hoping that we will get something good, and it actually, everything turns out pretty fine. I mean, now we have Gigantosaurus on turn 4, which is pretty sick. And we have additional mana, and basically next turn we will be able to play Carnage Tyrant already, which is pretty sick. And we have additional draws with the Majesty, so it's kind of cool with the enchantment. So far so good. Now opponent basically, of course, revealed his second color. Now we know that this is Selesnya deck potentially. It potentially focuses on tokens, since we have Leonine and this Hunted Witness, if I'm seeing this probably. So yeah, we could put Gigantosaurus, and at some points everything seems kind of fine. I mean, at this point I'm thinking, should I attack or not? And because opponent might attack and produce a lot of small tokens, I decided not to attack with my Gigantosaurus. And for the sole purpose that because this is a mono, because this deck has white, there's a good possibility that Gigantosaurus is just going to be exiled by Steal Away or Excellence Binding or whatever. So because of this, I'm decided to play cautiously, and this is one of the things that might actually make this match not in our favor potentially. So again, I don't know who's going to win this match. This match is going to be relatively long. It's about 20-minute match. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. So yeah, we're playing as RPG versus MTSV. Okay, actually this is one of the first time that I'm putting Vivienne in play. Usually I don't have enough time to get to the point of putting Vivienne in play. But this is one of those times that I'm actually able to do so. Oh, pretty sick. So of course right here, I kind of have to, like, since we already have creatures with hexproof in our hand, the Elemental, I decided to actually, it's better to take Verdant Sound's Avatar, considering the fact that opponent has a lot of Leonines that will produce a lot of creatures with flying. Or with lifelink, come on man. So at this point, of course, I'm decided to attack because, yes, if opponent will steal Gigantosaurus, I'm fine with it. And I'm kind of hoping for, oh yes, so it was kind of predictable. So one of the reasons why at this point I allow myself to lose Gigantosaurus is probably because, first things first, I have Vivienne. I don't know, like, is this attack was smart or not? It probably wasn't, because opponent is just going to attack Vivienne and kind of probably will kill it. I have only 1 blocker that I'm not going to lose. Maybe it's a good tactic, I don't know. It's a pretty weird thing. I mean, sometimes if you will use a Planeswalker as a distraction, it's a good thing. So for instance, can you imagine how much damage? No block, please. Thank you. I almost decided to block, like, waste my additional mana. So at this particular point, one of the coolest things is we didn't basically accept that much damage because of the Vivienne, so she played her part. She gave us a Verdant Stone's Avatar earlier than it would come, and now we're able to play it, which is perfect. Now we will be able to get back the health that we basically lost. So this particular instance, I'm not 100% sure what type of deck opponent has, because Selesnya could basically come in all forms and shapes and sizes. So considering the fact that Selesnya could become pretty, and funny thing, we still didn't saw any Selesnya cards. I mean, we see mono white for now. So there's good possibility that opponent has a splash of green, and eventually this is a mono white deck, but we'll see that with the progression of the game. So this particular instance, opponent of course continues to push and attack, because there is a possibility that opponent might have a destroyers for a blocking creatures. I've decided to still kind of this, I don't know. Hopefully opponent is not going to kill my Verdant Sun's Avatar. And good. So opponent decides to kill, but not Verdant Sun's Avatar, but Carnage Tyrant. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, I don't know. For like one thing, every time that Verdant Sun's Avatar stays in play, I'm happy about it. Oh snap, we got the second one. Pretty sick. Because again, that way we'll be able to create a lot of health, like generate a lot of health, and considering the fact that now we get a second one, and considering the fact that we have Elemental, which is pretty big, and Groon, which could enter with a kick with 10-10, we actually have a potential to get up to like 50 lives in this match, even more potentially, which is pretty cool. Of course, I'm pretty sure that opponent doesn't have anything but flying, at least at this point. Because of this, I decided to put a Harpooner in play to get additional health now while I can, because opponent might remove at least one of the Verdant Sun's Avatars next turn. So one of the good things that we have at this point, that we have an additional draw. Additional draw basically gives us some type of, not necessarily advantage, but at least we'll be able to keep up with whatever opponent will put in play. An opponent will put in play a lot of stuff. One of the reasons why opponent has so much card in hands is probably because opponent has Mana Screw. There's not enough lands. We have 8. Opponent has like 4. This is probably one of the reasons why we're still alive. So I bet that opponent has a lot of bombs in hand. Since we have a lot of lives, I'm kind of in a, I don't know. I'm afraid to actually lose Verdant Sun's Avatars after opponent destroyed my Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, we didn't lose that much, like starting life. Good, we got Multani, which is pretty sick, and considering the fact that we have a lot of lands, it's kind of sick. And one of the things that like I'm pointing at, like, okay, super, we have Fiery Candidate, but guess what? We don't have a freaking mountain to use it. How perfect it would be to kill like all cats that was produced by Leonin. It's kind of disappointing. At this point, I'm decided to play Elemental. I don't know, it's kind of a questionable thing. One of the reasons why I'm decided to play it is probably because it has hexproof. I would probably play Multani first, but maybe I got cautious because opponent has a lot of like exilers, potential exilers, and I wouldn't want to use Multani now. And also, we don't know if opponent has flyers or not. It's better to actually keep Multani in our hand for now. It might be helpful. Yeah, I'm basically like showing with the cursor that, come on, we need a friggin' mountain. Damn it, how perfect it would be. Like, I'm eager to use Fiery Cannonade. Funny thing is that in 22nd game we actually got too many mountains, and we didn't get Fiery Cannonade. In this particular instance, we have the opposite, which is pretty disappointing. I don't know, it's kind of a questionable to put Llanowar Elves for block. I I still might use it for a kicker. No, this is bad. This is bad. Ugh. Okay, we lost our super cool hexproof creature. But at least the opponent got out the way, revealed this crazy card. This is pretty crazy. Having additional draws, we're still not able to get what we need. It's pretty frustrating. I mean, considering Fiery Cannonade, because opponents is just going to overpower us with the amount of creatures. Okay, good. We're going to get 10 lives, like 20 actually. Pretty sick. And we actually will be able to use Rabbit Bite on Leonine, which is pretty sick. I don't know why opponent says hello. Maybe it was just nice. Or this was probably hello for Multani. Which opponent probably has a plan to destroy next turn, so it's probably a good idea to use Rabbit Bite now. Yeah, I probably misread that one. Say hello. When opponents say hello to Multani, I didn't thought that you might say hello to certain creatures, not necessarily to the opponent in late game. Oh snap! Hello, game changer. Okay, so now opponent will be able to produce tokens, and instead of producing a regular tokens, opponent will produce a freaking 4/4 angels. And yeah, we still continue to get a lot of lives, and this is one of the reasons why I decided to put Grun 2, to basically put a lot of threats and hopefully gain like, hello, 66 life. Yeah, we're going to get like 70 plus, which is pretty cool. It will give opponent additional land. It was probably a mistake to actually do that. I don't believe that at this point we need to give an advantage in lands for the opponent, because opponent for the whole game has mana screw, and giving opponent additional lands at this point it's not necessarily a good idea, because that way opponent will be able to put more creatures with tokens. Okay, this is pretty bad. Goodbye. All-grown Dryad. Oh, no, that was a Multani. But she's still Dryad. Okay, at this point, I'm starting to nervous because of this enchantment that basically turns all tokens into a 4/4 angels. Even considering the fact that I have, like, the only thing that I need at this point is Fiery Cannonade to at least get rid of these small creatures. And of course, come on! Convoke is pretty sick ability, and we're still not getting what we need. And can you imagine if we would get a red land, basically mountain, earlier? That way we would destroy all these small cats, and opponent wouldn't be able to put that many angels in play. So, yeah, Magic sometimes could become a mysterious game. At this particular instance, the only reason why I'm still feeling confident is because I have just more creatures than opponent in terms of the power, and consider no, probably because of the life. Yeah, we have 78. And at this point, I'm truly like questioning myself: should I attack? Shouldn't I attack? Like, from once, like, if I will attack, yes, opponent will be forced to kill a lot of angels, which is a good thing. Less angels opponent has, the better for us. But again, there's too many of angels. I'm praying for Fire Cannonade at this point. That was a lot of angels. Quite a glitch though. So, yeah, we'll be able to kill only 3 of them. But still. And this is the problem with mono green. Like, I don't have anything that could massively remove 10 freaking angels with flying and vigilance. You gotta be kidding me. And this enchantment is basically going to ruin everything. And considering the fact that opponent has 4 cards and at least two of them will give opponent tokens, it's just like, what the heck? We're going to lose this match. Oh snap! The worst case scenario. Tendershoot Dryad in combination with this freaking enchantment will put 2 angels per turn. Per my turn and per opponent's turn. Yep, we're slowly starting to lose our big chunk of life. Now we pretty even with opponent. And we're still not getting fire candidate, which at this point would be perfect to basically remove a lot of small tokens and Tender Shoot Dryad. But again, we're not getting it for some freaking reason. Yeah, Prodigious Growth is kind of pointless at this point. The only reason why I'm putting it is because I want to attack now. This is the only kind of solution at this point for me. And of course, the more life I will gain, the better for me, because there's too many angels there. I could be killed with all of them. And since I don't have flyer blockers, I'm kind of in a big trouble. So, although I'm getting a lot of good things, I'm not getting what I actually need, which is Mountain, to erase Tender Shoot Dryads and small tokens. So, and how awesome it could be if we actually had enough mana to this point, not putting Still Leaf Champion, having a Mountain, and okay, this is interesting. Opponent decides to gain life and kill all small tokens, which is pretty cool. And opponent probably will put a lot of angels too. Yeah, this is going to be the first time that I will be confused by so many blockers. It's going to be fun. I mean, I need to now redistribute all this damage not to 1/1s, but actually to angels. This was the idea behind that in the opponent's kind of decisions to make that. So it was actually to throw me away in here, but it actually turns out pretty good. So now we have all angels at the beginning, and we're going to kill all of them, and even some of the tokens will die. Not all of them, but at least maybe half of them. More than half of them. Cool. Less than half of them. Either way. So, yes, we're going to lose a monkey, which is fine. Again, I basically don't have anything else at this point to do. The only thing that I can do is just push, and hope that opponent is going to... Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, I truly don't believe that I'm going to win this match at this point. Oh, you can't be kidding me. Yeah, I'm kind of already setting the note that I'm not going to survive that match. It will still proceed though, because it's pretty interesting. I want to see where this game is going to take us though. I'm not going to concede. Because when I'm getting those, yes, I'm pretty frustrated about the constant forests and not being able to use Fire Cannonade. I wish opponent knew what we had in our hand though. It would be like, come on, I'm so freaking disappointed. One mountain. We need one mountain. We have 3 here. We have 2 actual mountains and we have 1 double land that enters battlefield tapped, probably gate or just a regular one from one of the Exelons. But either way, yeah, at this point I'm just hoping that I'm going to get what I need to use Fire Cannonade. And unfortunately it enters battlefield tapped, and we didn't have one freaking turn to use a Fire Cannonade. One of the misplays that I probably did, I should attack with my dinosaur to trigger this ability earlier. This is one of the misplays that basically led me to this. It would help me to win though, but what it would help me is get rid of a lot of creatures and basically create a big mass destroyer, which at least would look cool, regardless of the fact that I lost the game. So yeah, again, this game was pretty long, like about 20 minutes, actually 19 or so. So yeah, there's nothing to say about this game. Again, I have a couple of misplays that I probably should be aware of at this point. Again, I could attack with the dinosaur a little bit earlier and hopefully in the hopes of triggering the mountain, because I don't believe that opponent would know that I have actual so I had more than enough mana, so opponent would 100% block, and that way we would get our splash of red, and it would be a pretty good surprise next turn for the opponent to basically remove all small creatures and tokens and etc. And especially Tender Shoot Dryad. Again, it wouldn't help us to win, but at least it would look awesome in the match, and the match would be that much cooler if we would use Fiery Cannonade. So again, I love these matches. Even if I'm losing, I'm still kind of gaining a lot of stuff from these matches, because these are the exact matches where I'm actually learning Magic on the deepest level, or at least on a deepest casual level. Because if we're going to say about the actual deepest level of learning, is probably tournaments. So yeah. Either way, on this particular note, I guess we will end this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a boost. If you want more, subscribe and set the bell note. Visit AleksConnects on Twitch to be a part of MTG Study live sessions. Have a nice day or night, and see you in the next kind of episode. Yep. Bye.